I would like to acknowledge the land in which I live and operate. It's been a site of human activity for more than 15,000 years. The original caretakers of this land include the Huron-Wendat, Petun, Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe peoples. To honor those who came before me, that's not something that I often do, but with this project, I've dug my fingers into Judaism's roots, and that's always been something I haven't been able to grasp my entire life. But with this project, I'm doing it now in some way, in my own way. As a journalist, whenever I interview someone, they can inspire me, and it stays with me. And when I interview someone Jewish, and they tell me how they found their path to the community, the culture, the people, that inspires me more than anything else, because I've often been jealous of that feeling. And to perform their stories, that's not something we journalists do, until now. For Judy Perly, I've often heard that a Jew is not a Jew unless they are a member of a community. And I believe a community flourishes because of changes over time, not in spite of them. So, in the beginning for Jewish Toronto, there was the Ward, an area bounded by university, Queen, Yonge, and college. It was home to a coalition of immigrants, including displaced Jews from Eastern Europe. When Jews moved west to Spadina, they were soon joined by Russians, Sephardic Jews from North Africa, mainly Morocco. What they all had in common wasn't just praying to Hashem, but going from nomad to citizen, and becoming the first kings and queens of Kensington Market. Sonia Lunansky began the Augusta Fruit Market in 1930. Max Stern slung chicken thighs and garlic ribs out of Max & Sons on Baldwin. Toronto's first Greif's Bagel seeded its dynasty out of the easily missable Fitzroy Lane branching off Kensington Avenue. In 1890, the population of Jews in Toronto was 12. In the 1930s, 47,000. And today, 200,000 of us fill the city with Saturday challahs, Kedem-soaked bar mitzvahs, and cries of "Oy vey's mir." So back then, what was the glue that bound the community, the relationships, the Yiddishkeit? The Jewish restaurant, of course. Could have been a deli, a bakery, a cafe, heck, even a stray blueberry bun from Health Bread. A portly matzo ball backstroking in a lake of chicken broth can inspire dinner table talk as heavy as Talmudic gridlock or as light as blue and white confetti. A piece of kishka wallowing in its own gravy can invigorate a debate on what exactly is kishka. This talk is no surprise to any Jewish family who's huddled over a Shabbos meal, lightly sparring over a range of questions such as, is Robert Downey Jr. really Jewish? New York versus Montreal, who has the better bagels? Why do Holocaust deniers believe what they believe? We eat to mourn, we eat to celebrate, and in between, we talk about what we're going to eat next. It's how it is now. It's how it was in 1930s Kensington Market. When you look at the word nostalgia, it comes from the Greek, from nosos, meaning homecoming, and algos, meaning suffering. Nostalgia used to be seen as a debilitating homesickness. That thirst for what was has long been Kensington's siren song. But instead of getting used to a home we used to know, Toronto saw the market as a healthy reminder of what a vintage veneer can teach us about yesterday. At the crown of the market would come a restaurant that would soon steep itself heavy in nostalgia, while also spitting bold a new take on the past, like a finely twisted dreidel pirouetting beyond its border. Which brings me to Judy Perly. If anyone could navigate their way to find the right avenue for their passion, it would be the daughter of the Perly's Maps empire. At 15, she loved food so much she was cooking full meals for her family. At 18, she moved to Vancouver, working as a personal chef, her go-tos ranging from brisket to sweet and sour meatballs to rice pudding. When she dabbled in art and found out her cookies sold more than her paintings, She doubled down and hunkered down and launched a restaurant at the Yarmulke of Kensington, an ode to the pioneers of Jewish Toronto. Judy didn't originally serve Jewish food at Free Times Cafe, but when she looked around the city, saw some epic dreck masquerading as authentic, she thought, I could do it better. So 22 years ago, Judy gifted Toronto, if not the world, its first ever Jewish brunch buffet. For Judy, it wasn't about making money, but a testament both old and new. Using her mother's grater, she handmade latkes delicately topped with sour cream and applesauce. She gave salivating fans of Jewish food a reason to keep returning to an area of the city that was once known for its trademark kugel and Homentuschen. For Judy, it was all about giving her people a proper nosh, no compromises. A list of the dairy buffet dishes reads like a dream synagogue luncheon. Bagels, lox, cream cheese, pillowy blintzes, latkes, challah French toast, scrambled eggs, kugel, falafel balls, hummus, couscous, eggplant salad, ruby beet salad, gefilte fish, pies, chocolate rugelach. And if you think a buffet is a buffet is a buffet, oh, you are wrong. So wrong. So wrong. During a recent trip to that palace of pre-noon delectables, I was overcome with waves of homesickness. Gefilte fish topped with horseradish reminded me of my Bubi and Zaidi. Cream cheese dotted with lox had me craving Sunday lunches with my high school mishpacha I still hold dear today. Food has long been known to be linked to emotions such as joy, grief, trauma, playfulness. So it's beyond my control that Judy's latkes has me in my Hebrew school USDS, happily munching on potato pancakes like they are endangered specialties. The Talmud says, now that we no longer have the temple in Jerusalem to bring about atonement for sin, a person's family table gains reconciliation and forgiveness. So when we eat, we pray to this altar in such an intimate way. Before us is more than just kugel, lox, and bagels. We can always find our history in the kitchen. It's where we feel less alone in a world that wants to make us other.